number one, he wants to be the ESBC champion. Maybe he will be. But he also said, this fight will end by me knocking my opponent out cold. Unfortunately, that one didn't happen. So can't be, not that mystic, I don't think, there, Crooks. But still, a great fight, great performance nonetheless. Appreciate the showcasing of some Fight Night Championship, meta level boxing. It was a good contest.
Yeah, it really was. And it was a great performance by Dark Sniper. I mean, he got put on the canvas once, but he looked very, very good. He had a great game plan up until that knockdown, and even after he recovered like a champion does. I look forward to seeing what he does in ESBC, and hopefully he's able to become the ESBC champion. I mean, the guy is well on his way. His knowledge and his skill level looks up there for what a champion would be.
All right. All right. Well, speaking of champions, we have two now, one from the world of Fight Night and one from the world of MMA, and they will match up here in the main event this evening. Here we've got Suave Jamie, ESFL veteran, winner of titles, and we have as well opposite him Malky Pablo, Jesus, Malky Pablo, the man who helped co-promote, co-organize this event tonight. Don't forget to check out Outlaw Boxing Syndicate as well as Ebox Champions on YouTube. But before that, we have a little tribute video here for two members of the Fight Night community who sadly passed away recently. So we're going to just watch a little tribute video before the main event tonight. Always nice to see communities coming together, Crooks, to support each other, especially in times like this.
Yeah, it's a travesty when one of these communities or a community loses some of its players. I know we've had some losses over the UFC side, so my condolences to the Fight Night community and losing a couple of its members. It's never a good thing, and my condolences to the families of those fighters as well.
Yes, yes, indeed. Rest in peace to both of them. And I'm sure they will be celebrated amongst their respective communities for many years to come as well. Right, let's go to the main event tonight, guys. We have a showcasing fight now. I love this matchup. What a great little Sunday night card for you guys as well. I know you're all combat sports fans in general. But we have Suave Jamie here, UFC 4 champion, UFC 3 champion, and he thinks he's going to do pretty good when ESBC drops here. I'm certainly excited myself as a UFC player to get my hands on it. The boxing skills transfer. But we will see tonight how much he's been putting in on Fight Night, how he makes the transition. I know that Double Dragon, aka Malky Pablo here, there's a lot of hype around this man, of course, for his status within the community. But here he will be facing off against a champion from another organization, literally bringing Conor McGregor into this one as well, Crooks.
Yeah, it's interesting because Suave Jamie is known for his Conor McGregor in UFC, so he's trying to transfer him over to Fight Night Champion. He's taking on one of the best, if not the best player in the world in Malky Pablo. So we're gonna see how well Suave Jamie does against one of the best here in Fight Night Champion.
Yes, I'm assuming that we're going to load. We have there we go. So this the MGM Grand is a venue here, Crooks. I'm so confused. That is a real event. Maybe they got the license for that one. I don't know. All right, here we go. Jamal Namarco. Now, I'm not familiar with this person. I'm assuming that's also a created fighter. It's also nice to see that these creative fighters aren't, weirdly sort of, I guess, like super dark void-like deep black hole black color. So I don't know what's happening here. So kind of just like no empty voids of people. Textureless. That's the word. They were textureless. These men have textures. It's an improvement, Crooks.
Yeah, it really is compared to the last calf on calf that we had. But we see Suave Jamie even got the record of Conor McGregor, his professional boxing record, 0-1. But he's going up against Malky, and I would assume this might be Malky himself. or somebody that Malky knows. But it's going to be an interesting matchup here as we go best on best here in Fight Night Champion, and I cannot wait, Bailey.
Yeah, I want to see how Jamie fights, because obviously we know his tendencies in MMA. You know, he likes to throw the rear uppercut to the body. The pull counter is something that's very good right now in UFC 4, so we see a lot of that. He loves to dig to the body as well with the stepping straight left, so we'll see if that comes in also. But yeah, to a T here, 5'9" as well for the McGregor pick. I'm kind of excited for it, so there will be a bit of a reach advantage, I think, for Jamie here. Let's see how well he uses it, but like we said, he is fighting someone, you know, who's in his element now. We're in his world. Maybe one day we'll see Malky come over to UFC 4, but I doubt it, because he'll just be playing ESBC.
Yeah.
But Jamie has brought his cojones tonight, putting it on the line. I'm excited for this one. All right, here we go. Taking that Philly shell from Southpaw again. So he's going to have to be careful of that jab. That'll pop him all night right there, as well as that lead hook. All right, already trying to reach him with his jab. Jamie stepping through right now. Lots of tight pressure from Malky. Both Philly shelling there. That's nice.
Yeah, and both men are just taking their time. Like I said, both of these guys are some of the best players at their game, so they're not going to rush. They're going to try to take their time, make a read, and try to punish their opponent when possible. But you can see no wasted movement from either one of these men here. They're just holding their blocks up, trying to see what each other's going to do. Good slip off right there by Jamie.
I was going to say, sorry, you go on, you keep going.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to see what Jamie's head movement is like, because the head movement in Fight Night Champions is very freeing. As someone who uses a ton of head movement, I love it, and you have a lot more defense ability when you're trying to get in the head button there. When you're trying to smoke in this game, like I feel like Jamie's a bit apprehensive of using some of that head movement in UFC 4, because the consequences can be ridiculous. I mean, a bit too ridiculous. It's almost not worth to take the risk, right, Crooks? But in this game, he might be able to get that in a little, so we'll see. But this is good, solid single shot work from the outside now by Malky. He's just landing jab, landing that rear hook to the body. And these rounds are shorter. You know, Jamie has to remember that. You know, he's been not too active this first round, but, you know, he's going to lose it if he doesn't start tagging a few shots as his fight picks up.
Yes, I totally agree. But unlike in UFC 4, Jamie doesn't have to worry about getting leg kicked or getting taken down, so he can move his head more freely here than he can in UFC 4, so I would assume we're going to see a little bit more head movement from him. He's landed a couple of good shots, but Malky is really putting the pressure on him, landing some good shots of his own. Tries to rip to the body there, but they both whiff on their strikes. And overall, a very, very close first round. I don't know who I would give that one to.
That was a beautiful jab left hook, though, right at the end. That's that UFC 4 jab left hook right there. We saw he snuck that through perfectly. I'd love to see a little more lead hand work from both guys if they're both clearly showing, right? That'll come around the side. But yeah, I agree with you, Crooks. Very close round. I would probably lean towards Malky, though. I think statistically he probably landed a couple more shots. But I think Jamie maybe landed the harder punches.
Yeah, I would say that last combo was probably the best combination of the first round, but Malky was pressing the pace a little bit better. He was definitely controlling the center of the ring a little bit more, so I'd have to give the first round to Malky.
All right, let's see if there's any adjustments after that first feeling out process. Jamie keeping that guard high. Ooh. Look at that. He trying to do the same combo we ended the round with. Malky had the counter straight right, just loaded, ready to go. So great work by Malky. Double change to the body. Big whiff on the lead hand there. Tries to sneak the liver shot in. Circle off. Jamie double missing on that uppercut right there. Good work. Just stepping slightly to the outside of it.
Yeah, and Malky's doing a good job. Look, he's making the reads, like you said, on that jab lead, that jab rear hook. Oh, look at the body work right there by Malky. He's really starting to find his rhythm. He's getting a read on what Jamie's trying to do. Now Jamie needs to make those in-game adjustments that we were talking about in the earlier fights, and he's very, very good at it. So right there, he caught him with a good left hook. But
he's already adjusting, right? Like he was trying to counter, and now he's gone into he was trying to lead the dance basically, and he was getting tagged on the counter shots. Now he's waiting. Now he's letting Malky lead a little bit more because he realized he was just whiffing on everything. So already Jamie making that adjustment you call for there, Chris.
Yeah, and the thing is about it is when you're fighting somebody that's kind of trying to counter strike you, this is why some of Anderson Silva's title defenses, the worst ones were when people did not lead the dance against him. I mean, you would see it every once in a while. So you can see Suave Jamie's not trying to lead the dance. He knows that Malky's trying to counter him, so he's not gonna continually put himself in harm's way if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, you just about disrupting rhythms sometimes as well, you know, disrupting patterns and just mixing up the tempo, the pace of the fight, just hitting the reset button, and that can cause all kinds of things to happen. That can open up new avenues of attack, that can help you read your opponent's weapons. But if you're going to play the counter-punching game, you can't get frozen in there. You do have to land a little, and I think that's what's winning these rounds right now for Malky. It's like it's even, but he's just landing a couple more shots each round.
Yeah, he's really what they would say outpointing Jamie right now. He's going to try to get ahead up in the rounds, and then Jamie's going to have to try to get a finish, and that's when I think Malky's going to try to do most of his work. Oh, good body shots.
Will they both counter body shots, or did that leaping hook land?
No, they were both counter body shots.
Oh, right. And here we go, Jamie again, like we said, trying to lead the dance, getting countered. We can definitely tell. Oh, is there a disconnection or a controller problem?
That animation for the disconnect was pretty funny.
Oh, straight to the body there. Malky doesn't care. But yeah, anytime Jamie tries to lead the dance here, you know, Malky's head movement is on point. He's seen these weapons come at him millions of times. And it's just about setting the tempo, isn't it, really? You dictate and set your presence at the start of the round, and then you make your opponent work to take it off you. And that's what Jamie's having to do right now. He's having to take these rounds away from Malky, and Malky's just being too slick defensively to let that happen.
Yeah, Malky's not just giving him opportunities. Everything that Suave Jamie is gonna land, he's gonna have to work for, especially against a pro in another game. This is not UFC 4, like we said. This is not Jamie's area of expertise. This is Malky's world, and Suave Jamie is just visiting it, trying to get something out of it.
Yeah, he's mixing up the combinations now, going 4 pieces. You can tell he's just trying to land something. But Malky's just there with the counters every single time. And Jamie knows that if he doesn't throw, he's going to lose these rounds anyway, because the activity from Malky is just consistent enough to edge them out every single time. So it's a very tough strategy to fight against.
Yeah, it really, really is, Bay. And you can see Malky he's mounting an offense, but he's very sound defensively. So if he knows you're going to try to exchange back, he'll just pop himself either out of the way or move laterally to get away from your strikes. Another beautifully timed body shot rock Suave Jamie right there.
Oof. A left hand for Jamie, but yeah, Malky did a great job entering there on the inside. Oh, big straight right to finish as well. Yeah, Malky's accuracy very high tonight as well. Did give that first round to Jamie though, so it is 2 rounds to 1 right now, but one of those was a 10-8. At least that's one scorecard opinion, not all 3. We'll see what the actual scorecards will be at the end, or maybe we won't.
Yeah, but Malky is starting to apply the pressure a little bit. He's starting to be a little more active with his strikes. So now it's going to be Jamie's time to try to release some strikes, try to get some good counter strikes in. He's doing a good job of popping that straight out as well so far.
He is indeed. Yeah, Jamie has to find a different strategy here. You know, if charging with your normal like combos, trying to set them up from range isn't working, then what else can Jamie do? Can he try and make it an inside fight? Because he's still entering all of these combinations with straight punches from the outside. What happens if he tries to step right toe-to-toe? I imagine he'll just get hit more, most likely.
Yeah, and he needs to be careful. I mean, you need to mount a little bit of offense, but you also need to be very defensively sound. And that's something that Malky's doing very, very well. And that's something that maybe Suave Jamie is going to try to do as these rounds progress. But so far, so good for Malky.
Yeah, I mean, when this is literally Floyd versus Conor, you know, in every single way, like down to Jamie's difficulty to initiate his offense without making himself vulnerable, and Malky's just composure and understanding of like the duration of the rounds, the amount of volume and output he needs to put forth in order to steal them and secure them. So it's a tough battle here for Jamie. He's doing well though, staying in it. Malky just winning the fight though in terms of the scorecard for sure.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you even more. anymore. Floyd versus Conor. This is exactly how this fight is playing out. When you know somebody's very good at point fighting, you're going to try to open yourself up to mount your offense, and then they're just going to counter you, and then they're going to beat you on points. So it's something that Malky is trying to do here with Suave Jamie, and Jamie's trying to adjust to it on the fly.
Ooh, ate that jab to land that left, and then a straight right as well on the exit. And there's not a lot of combinations from Malky. It's really just single shot counters here. Just doing a great job guarding high, guarding low. And Jamie's not throwing combinations anymore either because he's too worried about getting slipped and ripped. The more he throws, the more likely that is it's going to happen. But single shots are also making him vulnerable. Jamie just in a really tough spot right now.
Yeah, he is. And he's getting made to pay with that right. Look at that. Another shovel uppercut to that body. Another one. That's 3 in a matter of, 10 seconds. You can't keep eating those to the body. They're going to do massive damage as this fight goes along.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be something that a lot of these fight night guys tonight have been using. That rear shovel hook or uppercut, whatever you want to call it, to the body. Oof. Landing that straight left now, there is Jamie. And we'll see if Jamie can get the uppercut in there if this continues as well.
Oh, there goes that connection again.
I guess this is just like a connection to the server. Jamie just putting it on anyway. Nice liver shot counter though. Great work on the exit.
Yeah, Malky's doing a good job. He's moving. He's not taking too much damage. Oh, another good right hand right there. Rips through Jamie's block. The connection's becoming a little bit of an issue, but we are back. Malky looks like he's starting to get a little more comfortable with what Jamie's giving him here in this fight.
Ooh, big roll under and right hook to the body. As well, nicely a rear uppercut there. And another one tries to fire through. Slip off to the outside. Malky just looking smooth right now, just staying right on the end of these punches. Knows he's already putting enough forth to win this round, so doesn't have to overcommit or close the space. It's beautiful timing on the rear uppercut right there, right as that jab came out, but didn't land it. And Malky's very good at firing off beat as well, you know?
Yeah, he is. He's really mixing up his timing very, very, very well. I like it. Jamie's doing a good job of landing his jabs. I feel like if he would switch up to the jab, good left hook right there, landed on Malky. If he would just throw a little more jabs instead of opening himself up with the hooks or the uppercuts, I feel like he would be doing a little bit better. But that's the end of that round.
Got hit big there at the end, trying like a little slide back karate. Straight punch, got clipped. Into round 6 now, though. Halfway point coming up. You got to think Malky is ahead now. 4 rounds, possibly 5 rounds to 1.
Yeah.
Jamie's probably proud of what he's been able to achieve so far, but if you're Jamie, you got to feel like you do want to land some offense on this guy. You know, you want to make it competitive.
Well, let me tell you, Jamie is a super competitor, and I don't think he is by any means happy with how this fight is going. But there's only so much that you can do, especially against somebody like Malky, who's one of the best players in the world, and he's really proving it right now.
Nice. Jamie getting back to that head movement we talked about at the start, which he really did have on point, at least initially. He looked very good with it, moving laterally as well. Adjustment to the body shot, though, from Malky. Yeah, there again, the rear uppercut to the body. You can tell if that head movement's coming out, that's where he's going to go. And Jamie's firing back his own uppercuts, trying to catch him as he level changes, but he's just not able to time it or make contact. And now we've changed rhythm again.
Yeah, and he's trying. He's responding with some good stuff. It's just few and far between when he's getting his opportunities to do that. And Malky is just really point fighting him.
He's doing a great job slipping. He fires the left hand time and time again, but it's just not landing. Also, that slide back now for Jamie, that's working nicely. Got himself out of the pocket right there. They trade. Oh, beautiful timing right there. Jamie does fire a rear uppercut back, but he's already eaten that body shot. It's a lot of damage.
Oh, he almost was made to pay off of that miss with the left hand. Oh. Almost landed that left hook. Jamie's not out of this fight. He's still trying to land. He's not going to give up. He might be a little bit frustrated, but he's still trying to be aggressive and mount a good offensive game. But Malky's doing a good job of avoiding most of his strikes.
Ah, man. I would almost give this round to Jamie, but Malky's done such good work with those body shots. though. It's going to be tough. I think it's probably going the way of Malky again.
He's hurt.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Malky's just doing a lot more damage than Jamie at this point in the fight, so I'd have to give that one to Malky as well.
Oh, another slip after that double jab. Just goes to the outside right hand, comes right down the middle. Great work. Now Jamie playing the hesitation game again, trying to change up strategies, find a different entry.
Yeah.
Oh. And to down low for that one. 1-2. Bounces off the block. Jamie mixed up the timing on that jab entry now.
Yeah, Jamie's trying. He's popping out that jab a little bit more too, which is good. He's trying to mix the jab into his combinations. It's just Malky looks like he sees everything coming. He looks like he's about 2 or 3 moves ahead of what Jamie is trying to do. Look at the counter right there that he was able to land too. So it's like a chess match, but right now I feel like Malky is just a little bit ahead of where Jamie's at.
Yeah, Jamie trying to change things up, trying to find a new strategy late in this fight. Beautiful straight right. Just entered, landed it. Great head movement by Malky. Eats that one though. Pouring left hand comes far. Doesn't reach though. And Malky now trying to anticipate the entries there with the counter, the stiff right. Doesn't land though. And another left from Jamie, leading with that now. Oh! Again, keeps whiffing on that uppercut, keeps getting slipped, but he's been able to slide back. Then that counter right hook comes out, but there's another one. Man, he's landing a lot of those right hooks and right uppercuts to the body. Rolls underneath there with a left hook to the liver this time. That was nasty. And another right hand to the body. Just tickling Jamie every time he steps inside the pocket there.
Yeah, and you can see Malky's just making that read, right? Like, he's just making the correct reads, and it's just going his way, and he's making Suave Jamie really pay for the mistakes.
All right, there we go. Next round. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what happens if you give Jamie the game for like a month or something. Maybe not even a month though, because people have been playing, fighting that for a long time. Jamie going with the taunts. We haven't seen that headbutt yet. I wonder if it will come out.
I'm pretty sure at some point he'll probably try to throw one, but
oof. I mean, he tried to throw one earlier, but it didn't land. So, well, there it is. Listening to us now is Jamie. Straight lead hook from Jamie. I like that. At least he's trying to mix up some different combinations. It's very tough because you feel like, Malky's not really moving that much. So you should be able to just walk forward and just unload a couple of combos. But the head movement of Malky is so good, as is his timing to stick you and to stiffen you up as you enter. Prevent animations, get sort of like halts. And there's a rear uppercut again.
Malky is doing a good job of just moving off the line and ripping the body and then coming back up to the head. Look, there was another rip to the body, and he just continues to go with those hooks and uppercuts to that body and then come back up to the head with a hook or a straight of his own. Look, there's another one right there.
Yeah, and again, the Jamie's now trying to use volume because he definitely can't go single shot for shot because it's a lot easier for those reads to be made. So Jamie is mixing things up right now. The lack of feints in this game really does make things problematic. Right now, you would love to be able to fake. You fake a jab and then fake and then go. I really feel like that's something that lets the game down a little bit, the lack of fakes.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that would really benefit Jamie because he could fake a jab or a hook and then come with an uppercut as Malky was trying to dip down. But I mean, he's doing the best he can. He's not doing bad. It's just Malky he's just being able to make the reads and counter effectively. It doesn't mean that Jamie's game plan is any worse or that he's not doing well because he is landing on Malky as well. It's just a little bit tough against somebody that's been doing this for a very, very long time.
Yep, he's staying in there though. There's 3 rounds left. I think Malky is up every round, apart from that first one there. He was just making those reads. 98% on the gas tank, but they both have got good gas. Oh, no respect. Ooh, that was cheeky that as well.
Yeah, that was a really very, very good pullback. Now Jamie's moving his head a little bit more, like you were talking about earlier. Look, he's made the pay to the body. There's the headbutt, and then into a straight. That's ridiculous. Come on now, Jamie. Don't be like that, bro.
Lots of booing. Nice return to the body there. Nice work by Malky. Hangs on the cage, or the ropes, excuse me. Such a good job slipping under that left hand. And again, that's the southpaw of the orthodox. You know, obviously you probably still be able to rip that shot, but once you get under that left hand, there's so much just flesh ready for you to hit there with your right.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. And look at the rip to the body again right there by Malky. Didn't get a huge damage, but he's doing just enough to really just get those points off of Suave Jamie. He's taking his time. There's another rip to that body. Good straight right there by Jamie on the return.
Another one.
Hit again to the body. And another one.
It's that left hand, man. Every time it comes out, it's just slipped off. And then boom, that right hook comes to the body. Again.
Jeez, my body's hurting for Jamie at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's tough. It's tough. Again, fakes might help. You know, you could try and bait that counter shot out and then counter the counter, but until you can, it's very tough to deal with.
Oh, and he's ripping to that body. He's trying to respond. Jamie's trying to respond, but eats another one to the body. And Malky's just going back to it. He's just repeatedly hitting that body, and it's not looking too good for Suave Jamie right now.
Yeah, and Jamie's head hunting as well right now, which doesn't help him, because all Malky needs to do is just block and slip high. Every shot Jamie's throwing is coming off that left hand up to the head, just making Malky a lot easier to just make reads. Obviously, he doesn't really want to go to the body. He's trying to stop him from entering, and he's trying to finish the fight, but because they're all coming up high, it makes it a little bit easy for Malky.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, every single time he was countering off that, it was off of either an uppercut or a straight on that left hand. So maybe Suave Jamie, maybe switch stance just a little bit, give Malky a different look, but I don't know if it's going to pay too much of dividends, but it definitely make him think just a little bit.
Yeah. He's slipping, but he's also sort of rolling under as well, so I'm not really sure about what shot would actually land. You know, it's not like UFC 4. Well, I mean, it is, but even if he throws the left hook, he's still rolling, so he can't throw the straight or the rear uppercut or the left hook or the overhand. Everything is just getting slipped.
Yeah, that's true.
The patience.
Yeah, both of these guys are not rushing at all.
Yeah. Let's see what Jamie does in this 10th. Oh no, there's 12 rounds, of course. Oof.
He almost caught him with that straight.
Again, Jamie's really just headhunting. I know he's trying to finish the fight, Crooks, but the body work would definitely help him.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Jamie. Jamie is not known as a... Oh, he headbutted him. Yeah, there was a warning. There was a warning from the ref. Let's see if Jamie decides to go for another headbutt that would end the fight. But Jamie is not known really as a body worker in UFC 4, so it'd be something not really new to him, but something that he doesn't do customarily in his fight game. So maybe that's something that he can work on here if he's going to be competing in Fight Night Champion.
Always leading with that jab as well, but Malky doesn't really slip the jab, so you can go jab, lead hook. That will probably help Jamie a little bit there. Now he's throwing that lead hook. I really do think he does need to throw more hooks, less linear punches. That will help him as well. It'll take away that quick counter, force the roll underneath. Then you can start firing the uppercut to catch him on the way down. So, but it's all maybe a little too late for Jamie. But he is trying to commit a little more with those hooks.
Yeah, he is, and look at Malky. He's just staying patient, trying to do the rope-a-dope. He's inviting Jamie in, hitting him to the body. Good left hook right there by Jamie. Did some good damage on him. Yeah,
and he waited for Malky to throw and then threw back. So you see him now freezing because he's basically, and he doubled up on it. I love the word from Jamie. So he's freezing and waiting for Malky to throw and then just trying to throw at the same time he does to land that counter. And that's why he's doubling up on it, right? Hoping that he'll slip the first one. The second one will come as he throws and he'll hit him mid-execution. But again, just going back to these long-reaching left hands, not able to get it done.
Yeah. And that's it. That could be a strategy, but that's going to work out for Suave Jamie right now, but it's too little too late. Malky is ahead quite big in rounds, so Oh, there's another body shot. Rips him again with that counter body hook and just did massive damage.
Yeah, it seems to be a very meta shot, that one. Rear uppercut to the body. We've seen basically everyone use it tonight. Doing a good job adjustment there, though. Getting the blocks going nicely. Just not entirely sure the best way to go about initiating his own offense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he's still trying. He's been able to land some straights, but that body shot is coming in heavy, and now it's doing massive damage. So Jamie's going to be a little bit more tentative to throw than he has been in the past.
Yeah, I don't blame him for sure. You know, we can see how difficult it is to deal with Malky in there right now.
Yeah, Malky's looking absolutely great right now, especially with his body shots. And he keeps going down. Jamie's just standing in the corner now. It looks like he might try to throw an uppercut to the head as Malky is dipping down, but he's just blocking right now. There's an uppercut, but he whiffs on it.
Yeah, and if he's going to sit and wait for it again, I bet he's probably just going to get slipped. So we'll see. Finally, he decides to just circle out. And Malky just waits. Why not?
Yeah, Malky knows he's ahead in this fight. He's not going to do anything that'll give Jamie a chance to really put him out. He's just staying patient as he has the whole fight. Good straight right there. Catches Jamie as he tried to enter. Jamie's now trying to pressure a little bit. Malky backs himself into the ropes and headbutts him.
Disqualified. 1 point. Jesus. Yeah, he needs to be careful with that.
I think it was intentional. I think Jamie just got mad and threw a headbutt for no reason.
Trying to make it work. Ooh. And we will go to a final round here. Jamie's done a good job staying in the fight. Granted, Malky's not really been trying to go, balls to the wall to get it finished. But it's been an interesting contest. Just that slip, that straight left, slip, that rear uppercut. It's just been a lot of head hunting from Jamie for the last 4 or 5 rounds here.
Yeah, it really has. Good straight left right there, though. I mean, Jamie's still in it. He's not giving up, but at the same time, it just looks like Malky is a little bit too much for him at this point in his career, in his boxing career.
Yeah, Malky's able to generate a ton of power just with single shots. It's just the timing that's been really, really impressive. Not these slip straights or these slip rear uppercuts. It's the intercepting timing, when right there, just the perfect time to throw that straight right hand. And he does it before the punches come out as well, like right there as well. It's kind of on the offbeat. It's very tricky.
Yeah, and it's a testament to how much of a pro Malky is at this game. I mean, he really has mastered the movement and the timing in this game to the point where he can put on performances like this. This is not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you're playing somebody that's new to Fight Night Champion, to put on a performance like this is very, very difficult and hard to do, more or less against an elite player in another combat sports game.
Oof. Jamie really reaching with that left now.
Oh,
just straight rights to counter from Malky. Not looking for anything else.
Yeah,
another one to the body.
Dig into that body, man. The body work is absolutely brutal right now.
Philly shell working out nicely tonight for Malky. Jamie trying to hit him with a little TJ Dillashaw action. But it's all too late. Goes for the single. Goes for the standing guillotine here. Much better. But there we go. It goes the distance, everybody. And it will be the Fight Night champion, Mr. Malky. Pablo, co-host or organizer, co-promoter for this event as well there. So congratulations to Malky. Gets his hand raised. Great performance. Great showcasing of, high-level Fight Night Championship boxing, Crooks.
Yeah, I mean, he put on a masterclass. I mean, that is the highest of the high level of Fight Night Champion boxing. Anyways, I can't wait to see what Malky does in ESBC. I mean, he looked absolutely good at Fight Night Champion, so you can imagine his enthusiasm and his grind for ESBC is going to be at an all-time high.
Yeah. Someone just put in the chat, Jamie just went 12 rounds in Fight Night. I wonder if we would even see 1 round in UFC. That might be true. That might be
Oh,
true. You never know. I don't know if Pablo will take that challenge, even if it's just for exhibitional purposes. The consequences, I don't know. I mean, I feel like in Fight Night, there's still consequences. You know, you still have to be careful. You can get slept early. We saw that in the first fight of the night. Granted, that was a heavyweight, but regardless, it was a great night of fights there, guys. A nice little 6-card bill for you, and I'm sure we will do another one of these events in the future as we lead up to ESBC. So shout out again to Outlaw Boxing Syndicate. Don't forget to check them out on YouTube there at Ebox Champions as well. Thank you to Malky Pablo for helping promote. There's been a lot of new Fight Night people in the chat tonight, so welcome everybody. Hope you've enjoyed this ESFL event. Crooks, did you have a good time?
a great time. I mean, I can't wait for ESBC to come out and Fight Night Champion cards. This is my second time commentating on them. The 2 times that I commentated on them has been absolutely great. I had such a fun time commentating with you, Balin. I had such a fun time watching these guys put on beautiful performances. We've had some crazy fights. We had technical fights, and being capped off by one of the best players going up against one of the best from UFC 4 just absolutely took the cake. So I had nothing but fun calling these fights today.
All right, well, there we go. I had a great time as well. Excellent. Well, thank you to everyone who tuned in once again. We do hope you enjoyed yourselves. We'll be back next Saturday for ESFL 120.